Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show, the Tuesday, March 7th edition. My name is Dave Juskow. I'm here with Mike Suarez, as we are every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. Actually, next week, I think it'll be at 5 o'clock, technically. I think we changed the clocks back next week. In fact, please alert Catalina. What?
Yes.
Yeah, we do, right?
Yes.
Catalina had asked me, hey, when do you guys turn the clocks back? I don't want to mess up again. And I said, well, actually, I think it's in April, but I was way wrong. It's like in the middle of March for some reason. So next week, we change the clocks back, which nobody cares about. I mean, we all know, but we have to tell our friend from Chile that we will actually be on at 5 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Right. 5 o'clock.
No, well, we lose an hour, so
we're going forward, right? So it would technically be 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Anyway, yes, we're here. This is the Comedy Cellar. If you were here tonight, our friend Rachel Feinstein is doing an hour at 9:35 at the Fat Black Pussycat, which is part of the Comedy Cellar here. We have 4 rooms here at the Comedy Cellar, and that's exciting. And Rachel's the best, and she's our friend. And if you were in the Las Vegas room, which we have at the Rio Hotel, you'd be able to see our friend Greer Barnes, who's fantastic as far as comedians go. So that is all the Comedy Cellar news. Again, come down to the West Village tonight, see Rachel Feinstein. Let's say hello to everybody. Hello, Marcy. Lovely to see you. Elizabeth from Canada. Hey, hey. Nice to see everybody. Anonymous, how are you? Happy Purim. Yes, happy Purim to everybody out there. Alon told me his mother made some humitashen for me today. I was just thinking about that. I like some homemade humitashen, but only this time of the year. You know what the funny thing is about humitashen? If you know anything about it, it's a triangular shaped cookie with a filling inside. Now, the standard humitashen is, oh, hello, Y2 Kool-Aid from Vegas. Nice. You can go see Greer Barnes and our friend Coco tonight. Well, that's what I was going to say, Anonymous, is the standard flavor of humitashen is prune. Now, no one likes prune flavor. However, in a humitashen, prune is my favorite flavor. It doesn't make any sense. I don't like when they fill it with anything else. Prune is the proper flavor for a humitashen.
Well, it's just plum. I mean,
is it?
Prunes are just dried plums, aren't they?
You know, because I just think of prunes as so. I was looking them up online the other day. I think I might need them. I'm that age. Apricot is the best, really? Wait, that age?
I like apricot a lot, actually.
But prune is the classic humitashen, Anonymous. No,
probably dates or something weird like that. Actually,
Elizabeth says Greer is such a babe. Well, he does keep physically fit, I suppose. Oh, good. You're going to check out the local Jimmy McMurrin this week at the Cellar. Great room. Yeah, good. Thank you, Y2 Kool-Aid. Excellent. Yeah. Well, and check out, of course, our friend, Mark Coco Cohen. He's the house MC. My mom made apricot, raspberry, prune, and poppy. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. I don't know. Prune is the classic humitashen that they used to, when you first have it. It's just, my grandmother used to make an amazing, agreed, Kool-Aid. Yeah, prune. My grandmother used to make amazing humitashen that were just perfect. And I can't find those particular kind of things. I don't need them huge. A lot of places make them that way. I just need them small. They can fit in your mouth in one piece, even though you take 2-3 bites. But nobody makes them like that anymore. And they were soft and beautiful. When you go to the bakery and get it, they're kind of hard. Like it's like getting a potato latke from a diner. It's not very good. My brother-in-law, who's not even Jewish, makes better potato latkes than a kosher deli does. How is that possible? Explain that. Thank you. Oh,
he washes his hands.
What'd you say?
He washes his hands.
Wait, I say my anonymous. She caught me up because she says the bakery carries chocolate. Oh, but that sounds good. I can always go for that.
Yeah. Oh, peanut butter and Nutella. Wow.
Elizabeth worked with a Holocaust survivor who what? Who made what?
They made them and then it mistyped.
looks like it's an anti-Semitic comment for some reason. I don't know why. Liz, we know it's not, but I was just kidding.
Nathan Forrest at work.
It's much more fun to do the other way. Oh, yes, of course, a week late. I love doing that Tony Danza voice. Angela, Angela, come on. Hey, Marcy, what's going on with your boy, Joe Mixon? What happened at his house earlier this morning? Apparently, the cops were all there and it was all taped off. That's never a good sign. Never a good sign. These football players, sometimes they just don't do anything during the off season. Just sit in your house and don't do anything. Who's watching on Twitch?
Alex.
Twitch?
Alex's. Oh, I'm sorry. YT Kool-Aid. Sorry, I know his real name. Sorry.
Oh.
He's a comedian.
We're on Twitch?
Oh, yeah. I just put it on my Twitch just so more people can see it.
I like that. I've always thought about Twitch, but I'm confused. I work at the Jewish General. I don't know what that means either. I don't know, Liz. What are you saying?
Is it another version of that auto insurance company?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. That's exactly what I thought it was. Maybe she means it's a hospital. Work the Jewish General.
It's just the same guy, but he talks like Jackie Mason.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's the thing. The Jewish General. Come see the Jewish General. That Shaquille O'Neal has nothing on me. This guy's crazy. You don't want to do anything about it. I always wonder about having Sheba Mason on the show, but she's just too much. Anyway, we're back virtually again for the next 2 weeks, possibly 3. Always on Mike's schedule, but quite frankly, I love it. I love the juxtaposition. I absolutely love being in that studio. It is super fun. But then it's kind of nice to just come back and see. We took my girlfriend back in Mason, and what a pleasant surprise, Anonymous. What a fun show that must have been. And I like being in the studio. It was great for the last 3 weeks having guests. But I also like this. And I could have had a guest today, but it's like nice to have our own time too. I kind of like doing it this way as well. I will tell you, we had our Oscar picks last week. And of course, that's this Sunday. So we'll have the conclusion next week, see who did the best. I did see Tar, as Memo was. Thank you, Liz. That I'll always look at that comment. Hello, Aunt Judy. I heard about Aunt Judy's robbery last week, and she's fine. There was no actual robbery. No, nothing was stolen. More later. Anyway, what was I saying? So Memo was talking about Tar. In fact, he couldn't stop talking about Tar. So I saw it. It's great. It's as good as he thought it was. But for me, it's not the movie making, because that's what he was looking at. It's her performance. It's Cate Blanchett, and her performance it's sick. It's amazing, but it's also very reminiscent of Blue Jasmine when she won the Oscar for her last time. So it's kind of like, an artist who has this amazing first album and then they put out the same thing the next time, but you still like it. So it's kind of like that. So technically, even though I voted for Michelle Yeoh for a Lifetime Achievement Award, Cate Blanchett should win again. Because this is a performance that only about 4 actors on the planet could probably pull off. That's how insane it is. Insane good. It's
her and Carrot Top.
The what?
It says her and Carrot Top.
right, exactly. That's I thought you said. No, you think Anonymous she was better in Blue Jasmine? I think she was really good in this. I think the performances are similar, but I don't know. I really think this one is amazing, and she's really good. I can't decide who I want to give it to now, because this performance is really, you got to the stuff you have to memorize. Like the Blue Jasmine, an actress could do that we know. I mean, it was really good, but I'm saying like Meryl Streep could pull. I don't think Meryl Streep could have pulled off what Cate Blanchett did in this movie. So how about that? Okay. I don't think she could have done a performance. I don't know. I mean, she is great, but really there's probably 2 people that could be able to memorize the kind of stuff she memorized and say it as if she's really the character. I'm telling you, when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. I know what you said.
Then in Blue Jasmine.
Oh, she's even better than in Blue Jasmine. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, no, I agree. It's a different kind of performance, but it's similar, but yeah, it's even more intense. So, I mean, but what I'm saying is, if we enjoyed that performance so much, it's funny with actors like, why not do it again? Let's have more. Why not? We never, you don't have to be like Lorraine Newman in Saturday Night Live. If anybody remembers who that is, she fucked up because she hated playing the same character twice. And that's all people remember. So Gilda Radner playing multiple characters more than once, like Rosanna Dana or Lisa Lubner, and the list probably goes on. Everybody remembers Kristen Wiig and people like that. We remember because we like seeing all those characters. Larry Newman's like, no, I only play the same character once. And that's why people don't really remember her very much. And they probably wouldn't remember her at all if she wasn't an original member. How about that?
Yeah, she was just kind of the Conehead's daughter. I think she did more than once, right?
That's true. She did play the Conehead's daughter more than once, but is that really a character, or is that just being a team player?
Yeah, I think I just kind of just played herself in those. So.
Yeah, exactly. She wasn't even in the movie.
Nope.
I mean, I guess she was. No, they
Was
used
she the
somebody
voice
younger.
On the cartoon pilot?
The what?
They did that pilot for the animated version for Coneheads in the early 80s.
I didn't know that. They did a TV series pilot?
Yeah.
With Dan Aykroyd?
I believe it had Dan Aykroyd.
An animated version?
Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that. Scruffy, that's been up for a while, the Clueless one. It's spring break this week, so I don't have a class this week, but next week is our last class. I also saw The Quiet Girl, as I told you I'd probably watch because I like that little girl in it, and that movie sucks. Okay? That movie should not be nominated for an Oscar. It's okay, but it's stupid, and the fact that that's nominated, if that's all the rest of the world has for us, it's pathetic because it sucks. It is nothing special, and it's just stupid. Oh, Aunt Judy, no, my nephew took this unbelievable. He's got new headshots. Let me see if I can show it on my phone. They're amazing. Yeah, here it is. Let's see if it comes out in the camera. Oh yeah, yeah. See that? He's brooding. It's pretty good. I mean, it's really good, actually. It's kind of cool. But you like The Quiet Girl Anonymous? The Quiet Girl's okay, but it's like there's no. What is the message? It's stupid. I saw it. I don't know. I mean, it was okay, but just not, it shouldn't be. Anonymous. It wasn't that it was a bad movie. It's just not the best picture of the year by any form. That's what I'm saying. How that's the best that Ireland has to give is a little bad. I also saw Puss in Boots because I couldn't wait to see that movie. I like Antonio Banderas, and I like that character Puss in Boots from Shrek, and that's nominated for Best Picture too. For Best Animated Feature. I'm like, well, let me check it out, and it ain't that great either. God damn it, it's like nothing wowed me like Tar yet, and like as you know, Everywhere, Everything, All at Once. It took me 4 times to get through. I was talking to my friend Vincent. He said, "Oh my God, the same thing happened to me." It took me, like I went through it. I said, "I'm going to stop," and then my friend said, "No, you got to continue." And for me, there was no reason to continue. It's just okay for me. What are you going to do? You know what I like? I like weird stuff. I like weird music, and I'm a very strange person. But I think we can all agree that Tar is kind of a miracle of acting, a true. Let me show you how to handle this. Well, how do you like that?
Why do I not simply read the speech?
Unacceptable. You must commit it to memory.
Maintain low tones. Maintain low tones.
It sounds definitely like Jane Curtin, but it doesn't sound like Dan Aykroyd.
It was him. I think they tweaked his voice, but he was the voice of the thing.
Oh, you think he was?
Oh, he was. IMDb says he was, at least.
Lorraine played Squeaky Fromm. Yeah, I remember that. Anonymous, you hated it too. Yeah, well, I didn't hate Everything Everywhere All at Once. I just I guess wasn't my cup of tea. It just didn't go in. What are you going to do? Oh, Elizabeth, I'm telling you, you listen to the podcast this week. I'm positive I told that knife fight story at another time. I can't tell it today. It's just too weird. But speaking of which, my life is, I get into situations, right? So I was going to talk about this on Friday. I park my car on the street sometimes. I'll be doing it this Friday. I park on 56th Street between First and Sutton Place. And in the paper today, somebody committed suicide right on that block. That we all sit in our car waiting, and she's just sitting there, and her car had a bunch of chemicals in it, and they just found her dead in there. And it's like I probably was sitting right next to her, and they don't know what the chemicals were or what's going on. There's no other information. And it's really fucked up. But there was a whole bunch of guys in hazmat suits. I was sitting there sleeping in my car, and then you see all these guys in hazmat suits come over. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Why does this stuff always happen to me?
I didn't try to wake you.
I know. I also saw an article about how Buffalo is a great place to go to live if you're a man, because there's a whole bunch of women there that just want to go on dates, and the men there suck, as they say. They're just, it says, surprise. I read this in the paper today. Surprise, Buffalo is one of the best cities for singles, at least if you're a man. And all they do is have pictures of really pretty girls. Makes sense, because they say that men don't really know how to act there, or they don't have any money and they don't buy people stuff. And makes sense to me. Buffalo's probably a really stupid place to live. That is kind of very much like when I went down to Cocoa Beach, Florida, my friends that live there. And I realized not only could I probably run for mayor and win there, but I could probably go out with any girl there of any age, because they want to just get out. Which I assume if a guy like me or you, Mike, goes into Buffalo and said, "Wait, use Mike, you sometimes are in New York City and then you also go to Texas," and like,
And you have 2 pairs of pants?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd kill up there, man. Buffalo's the place to be. Well, Anonymous, this guy that ran, it's confusing because I'm registered Republican, and I just know I'm not going to win as a registered Republican in Manhattan for Manhattan Borough President, So, and the guy that is the Manhattan Borough President now is okay. I really hated the woman that was, but I know this guy, and he's pretty cool. So he's probably going to be in for 8 years. Then I'll give it another try. Maybe I'll switch parties. I'm afraid to switch parties because, then I can play both sides. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Just in case there's trouble. Maybe they'll spare me because I happen to be registered as one, thanks to that Michael J. Fox character in Family Ties. Mike, did you see the Chris Rock special?
Yes, I did.
What'd you think?
I liked half of it. The part where he's just talking about being rich and having an awesome kid, I didn't really care about.
Yeah. I was texting back and forth with Russ Maneve about it, and we didn't really like it very much. Now, I was, a week late, Alex speaking. I was so excited to watch this show. I loved that he waited a year, as you know. I was talking about it, and I couldn't wait. And wow, he saved it till the very end. We're waiting and waiting and waiting. The question is, was that the right thing to do? Maybe. I mean, as a comedian like him, do you want to keep people do you want to do all that in the back of people's minds? I'm waiting for him to get to this. Does that put a damper on the other stuff? I mean, what do you think, Mike?
I think he ended with the right thing. If you put it in the front.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you think that was the best thing? Because then people are sitting there, when's he going to do it? When's he going to do it? Or do you think it would have been better to get it out of the way and then move on to his material?
No, I agree. He did it the right way.
It definitely built suspense. It definitely built suspense. She's absolutely right. So that was exciting, and I was sitting there watching the whole thing because I'm like, I got to see how this ends. And I might have turned it off halfway through if I didn't think he was going to do that. Yeah, he did an actual mic drop, Angela, but it was weird
Right.
to do the mic drop because he messed up the joke, so the mic drop wasn't as effective. If most of you seen it, he said, "Oh, I messed up the joke." I mean, he went on, and of course, he was a professional about it, but he messed up this big, I guess, joke he'd been waiting to tell for an hour, and he messed up the movie. And then you mess it up, and then you do the mic drop. It's not as effective. And he's obviously a really brilliant comic, and he's really good. I did like some of it, but
Yeah, he kind of did a rehash Louis joke, the thing about abortion. Like he literally said the line, the same line that Louis said in his, like the killing babies thing.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I noticed that too. But that makes sense. I mean, they're pretty close. But
I mean, I don't think he stole anything. It just
right. No, I don't think
it just
he
seemed
stole
like it doesn't seem that special besides the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like he's talking about yoga pants. He's talking about people want likes. It's like I've heard of that before, and it wasn't that strong a take on it. It was funny, but it wasn't like amazing.
Which part?
The thing about people just want likes. The thing where people.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
It's just like I've heard other people do that more, but do that.
Well, Russ had said
before,
it was kind of interesting because he felt he kept repeating stuff because he ran out of material. Like he didn't have a full hour.
No, that's what he's always done. He's always repeated.
Well, that's what I thought, but I think Russ is just angry at comedy. But I don't know.
It was good, and I liked the last. What is it? 10 minutes. I thought that was great.
Well, yeah, because that's what we were waiting for, and I wanted him to go deeper in. That's why I would have liked, not just 10 minutes. I would have liked 20 minutes on what a complete asshole Will Smith is, or what an asshole Jada Pinkett is, which is what came out. Thank goodness.
And I'm not saying he did other people's jokes a week later. He was just doing like things you had takes I've heard before, and they were funny. It was just from Chris, having heard here comes the pain and bigger and blacker. Like those specials were like groundbreaking.
Yeah.
And this one wasn't. I mean, again, it was good. It just wasn't as powerful as those.
Yeah. Will and Jada sleeping with that boy was a bomb. Yeah. I mean,
that last 15 minutes was like those specials, but the rest of it wasn't.
Well, but that we were waiting. It was jacked. Yeah, Liz, Russ is pretty much quit comedy. He's not happy about comedy, so he's moving on, I believe. But yeah, I still would have liked to see. I mean, I it's funny. I felt the exact same way as Chris Smith. I loved Will Smith. We all loved Will Smith. It's really confusing watching a Will Smith movie now because you just want to hate him, which is so typical.
I love what he said about emancipation. That was great.
Yeah, but wasn't that the messed up joke?
Well, when he did the fixed part at the end, so he watched him to see Will Smith get hit again.
Right.
that was awesome.
Yeah. Well, I was laughing too. I mean, that's the thing. I feel like he, I don't know. I just wanted more. I wanted him to destroy the Smiths. I just hate them both so much.
Yeah. Because I liked Tambourine a lot. I think he it didn't feel like he was going at his divorce the same way as he talked about things, like before. But the only thing I just didn't care for was the story about his daughter. It was like,
yeah, the rich part.
It was like, yeah, I get it. I did like the point of it, but it just wasn't very funny. It wasn't that compelling.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I've noticed a lot of rich comedians, like, they tell these stories of being like, yeah, my life is awesome, and here's how this. It's like when Aziz would just talk about meeting rich people, like famous people. It's like, I don't really care.
Well, that's okay. That's his thing from the beginning.
Yeah,
but Chris Rock wasn't like that, and that's the thing. I was wondering about that because when he started, he was just talking about current events and things like that, and his take on it, which is probably the best thing he does. And I was saying, well, look at him; he doesn't even talk about himself. And then he started talking about himself, but yeah, we can't relate anymore to his rich, or the way he calls it, rich. the way he is now. I mean, it's just not relatable to talk about himself at this point. Whether
and
it's
again, like it was good. I'm not saying it was a bad special. It's just
well, he's still a professional comic. Yeah.
yeah. But like if you watched Earthquake special that from last year, like I thought that one was overall a better. It was way shorter, but it was a overall better special. I thought.
I will probably never see that one. Earthquake, but
Earthquake was great.
yeah. I don't
Or
know.
like Shane's special. Shane's special.
I've never
really
watched,
good for me.
if you can
What
believe
you-
it, I've never watched a comedy special before. Like I've never watched a Netflix special. I can't stand watching stand-up comedy. I find it the most boring form of entertainment that there is. I don't understand why it's so popular. I mean, I can understand going live why it's popular, but I just will never understand why it's popular, why people will sit through an hour on Netflix, especially somebody that's just okay. You know,
I really enjoyed that he did it live, and I really am.
I love that part too.
I was glad to watch it, and I had a great time watching it. So like I think Angela's like feels like the way she said. I feel like I'm breaking up with my boyfriend. It's like we're not hating on it. We're just giving.
We're not hating on it at all.
As I was watching it, I enjoyed it.
The fact that it was live is what's made it so exciting. I mean, that was great. I wish more people would do that. It's just interesting also that it was on Netflix and not HBO. HBO is over. Now you just want a Netflix special.
Yeah.
It's funny. I wonder what the next one will be 10 years from now, 5 years from now.
So I guess for Angela, it's like I thought it was an A, not an A+. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, you're saying that, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I think it was a B.
Okay.
But I laughed multiple times, but not enough.
Yeah, and I just don't think I don't think he stole any of those bits because I don't think he watches it.
I don't think he stole any of the bits.
Yeah, it's just
I didn't think that for a minute.
Having
and obviously, I
followed
like
when you
him
hear
and
it
I like
before,
his
it's like
delivery.
it takes away the specialness a little bit, but it's not bad. I mean, it's not like he stole it. It's just, oh, I've heard that before. I thought he would. I was hoping he would have more.
Yeah,
but that's just because I've heard too much, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. That mic drop is weird though, especially after you fuck up a joke. I don't know.
I thought he still made his point, especially it being about Will and a selective outrage. It was still all there.
Yes, I suppose so.
I tried to watch the after part. That was uncomfortable.
Oh my God, the pre and after part was awful. Also, did anyone else have a problem with their streaming? Mine kept going off and stopping.
Mine didn't, so I was fine.
So it's just me, because that's the problem I have all the time with watching sports live on Amazon, and anything I have to watch that's live, it does not work for me well. And I have pretty good Wi-Fi, as you know, because this never goes out, and it's pretty good. Oh, great. Angela said hers did too. Awesome. Good, because I just don't, that was horrible. It just kept going. The pre was off. Yeah. Yeah. And you had no trouble streaming. I guess some people did and some people didn't. I'm glad other people did too. Thank you, Angela, because it was really frustrating. At one point, I was just going to stop it and then watch it the next day because it just wasn't, it was really ruining a comedy show because it would stop during the punchlines. But I have problems with that all the time when they put that stupid Thursday Night Football on Amazon. It's the worst way to watch, and just cable was so easy for me. HBO obviously is easy. It's kind of really annoying.
But I thought Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was great. It was funny that he was funnier than the other three.
Right.
David Spade tried I thought David Spade was funny, but I thought it was funnier that he knew that the whole thing wasn't a great idea.
Yeah. Well, it could have been a good idea if, for instance, if Jeff Ross was there, maybe because he's been touring with Chris Rock. Like, who are those other people? They're not working with Chris.
Yeah, I mean, Data and Spade knew him.
Yeah, they knew him.
I know
but Jeff's been
JB's
touring with him. Like,
Yeah,
it should
I
have
agree
been
with
Jeff and Chappelle.
But they probably didn't. Well, I don't know about Jeff, but Chappelle didn't want to do that.
No, because Chappelle was actually in the green room with Chris Rock at the time.
Yeah.
But I was just saying, because it should have been somebody maybe who tours with him. I didn't understand, besides the fact that they were on Saturday Night Live together, I didn't understand any of the connections, and it was just god awful. Yeah, the pre and the post. I forgot about that.
It was worth it to watch Dana Carvey make Kareem Abdul-Jabbar very uncomfortable every time he touched him, and to hear JB Smooth try not to make either of his friends mad. So
Is that true? That's what I didn't see.
he was
that
trying
part.
to tell a story where he didn't take a side, so it was just a boring story.
Wait, Angela said Jeff was opening for him that night. Is that true?
I don't know.
How do you know
I-
that, Angela?
I didn't watch the beginning.
You weren't there for the taping, were you? Were you in Baltimore last week? No. You were in Baltimore. You were at the show. You were at the live event.
I don't know if that's what she said, but they showed.
Oh,
him.
they showed him. Oh, I didn't notice. When?
I don't know. I didn't see the very, very beginning.
I saw the very beginning, and I didn't see him.
That makes sense, though.
Well, it does make sense. He's been opening for him like all over the world. Him and Chappelle.
Oh, during that stupid pre-show.
Oh, wow. That's unbelievable. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to Jeff in a while because there's something I have to tell him, and I don't want to talk to him. I mean, it's not
quiet down.
Netflix showed a clip of Jeff, and they flipped back to the Comedy Store. Because Jeff should have. I guess that's the thing. Because Jeff's the king of the Comedy Store, so he probably normally would have been there if he wasn't opening for Chris.
Right.
So that makes sense. All right, let's move on from that. Why don't we show some of these pictures out that you have, Mike? This was in New York City today. Yeah, that was the pre-show for Rock Elizabeth. This is in New York City today. Does anybody know who that is? Mike, you can't say if you know. That's the Penguin from Batman. And they're filming in, annoying me because, I can't get through when all their trucks are there. You can go to the next picture, too.
Well, it's Colin, what's his face, right?
I said don't say it.
You thought you were giving the answer already.
No, I was asking who it was, and it was everybody else was supposed to guess. I knew you knew.
Well, everyone knows because he was in the movie.
Well, it was a surprise for the next photo.
Okay.
What? So the next photo, yeah. I mean, I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, he played the Penguin in the Batman movie.
Yeah, he did, but I didn't know it was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a week late knew. It was a guessing game. Because how could that guy look like that? Go to that pre-picture again, or the one before it. That's pretty good makeup.
Yeah.
Because that guy, Colin Farrell, is ridiculously handsome.
Yeah, well, that's why it was nominated for all those Oscars.
The Batman?
Yeah, it was on all those lists, remember?
Oh, right.
So
I just wow. Damn. He's good looking. It's not even fair. And I don't know if you heard about this, the next photo, Mike. So everybody's talking about, I don't watch American Idol anymore. I had to stop, but Katy Perry was really giving it to this girl, and I'm with her. She's getting a lot of blowback. This dumb idiot on the left, her name is Sarah Beth, whatever, and she wants to be an American Idol. She's 25, even though she looks 10. She's got 3 kids.
Oh, wow.
So Katy Perry, who just had a kid, she's like, oh, I'm excited to live my dream. And Katy Perry, basically, if you look at her face, is saying, yeah, your dream is over, dummy, because you got 3 kids. So I don't know what you're planning to put all your all into. Nobody doesn't want somebody to live their dream. Unfortunately, if you have 3 kids, your dream's over for a period of time. Right? So she's sitting there going, well, who's going to take care of these kids? They're young kids. How are you going to live your dream and record and do all this with 3 goddamn kids? Maybe you can make a case for 1. I think that's all she was saying. She's like, come on, I need more from you. You better be spectacular or I'm not putting you through. She finally did. Lionel Richie didn't. He was just like, I've had enough. It's just no, Anonymous. That's not true. That's you can't. It's one of those things. This is why I stopped watching, because like, this is going to change my life. This is going to change my life. It's not going to change your life. You suck, and you should go home. I mean, she's got a husband who's taking care of them, but don't you see this coming? I mean, what if she did go away? I mean, she's going to leave those kids. She got married way too young. And I know it happens, but you need to have 3 kids if you're the way that you want to live your dream. 3? Is that necessary? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mike's not chiming in. It's okay.
I
I understand.
mean,
Well,
is she married? Is it she's the only? Is she a single mom? Is there no other?
no.
family
She's got a
involved?
husband. She's got a husband.
Oh, I mean, unless he's also on the show, I don't.
No, he's not. He was. They had a little video of them, like, "Good luck." You know,
He's
here,
not
here
taking
we
it
are.
afraid. They're both trying to live their
But
dreams.
don't you just see it that she goes to Hollywood? Like, wait, I thought this was over after this. No, you got to keep going. I don't you see it? I mean, they make movies about this all the time.
Yeah.
It's annoying, and she just wasn't good enough. She really wasn't good enough.
And she's not actually good enough. That makes
She can
sense.
sing okay, Liz. I mean, it was just okay. When was the last time you heard of somebody from American Idol or The Voice, besides the ones we know, like Kelly Clarkson and Carrie Underwood, and well, that's where it ends, really, right? Or Jennifer Hudson. Jesus Christ, Kellyanne Conway has 4 kids. Well, there's something about Kellyanne Conway was already doing her job when she had the kids. I think that's my point, is what I'm trying to say. If she's saying her life is going to change, it's hard to do when you have a family already. Most of these people that are on American Idol are kids that want to leave home and do that kind of stuff. That's what I'm trying to say.
I think she wants to leave home too.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm worried. Anywho,
yeah.
if we go to the next one, everybody's talking about this. That's Christy Brinkley, and they're all talking about she's showing her gray hair, and this kind of really annoyed me. I can't have that. I just can't have Christy Brinkley
Dave
saying
just used Dumbledore for some reason. It's
What?
Like, no, he looks fine.
Did you say Dumbledore?
Yeah, you just see Dumbledore for some reason. It's like,
Yeah, exactly,
I think-
exactly.
I
I mean, she looks beautiful. Anyway, it turns out that if you go to the next one too, she was just it wasn't gray. It was the way the sun hit her hair, but everybody was talking about it. And she's like, "Oh, I'm comfortable with my gray," but she was kidding. She was kidding. They become part of the act. Well, that's funny. Well, that's hilarious if it's the end, if she's pulling a gypsy's mom or whatever. But because the problem with Christy, she's so beautiful, and she's going to be 70 next year.
Wow.
The problem with her going white or gray is the next picture. This was my mom on the Marina show last Saturday. I had her come in and say hello to everybody in the chat room. That's my mom. And if Christy Brinkley is going to make her hair go like that, this is why I have a problem with it. Now, do you understand? All right, enough of those pictures. As you know, I do Marina's show every Saturday at 3, and all they do is make fun of me being white and not knowing any better, and it's hilarious. So I'm like, well, let me show you where the problem is. Mom, come in here. Okay. Well, God, it's 6:40 already. We've been talking because, well, we had to get a lot out of our system. So let's do the slides, okay?
All right.
Oh, I put slide. Wait, I always forget it. Oh, share screen. Oh, I didn't put them up yet. Sorry. Hold on, everybody. I'm not used to doing it virtually again. I got to get back into practice here. Here we go. I think I got some good slides for you today.
Okay.
I have them up now, Michael. Can you see them?
Yep.
You know who that first one is?
Yep. Colin Farrell.
No. Marcy, her assistant, is awful to me. She's horrible. You're right, Marcy. What's that girl's name? Evelyn, right? Ugh. Yeah, so this is that guy who murdered everybody and is pretending he didn't do it, which is hilarious. It's funny when you know, and just like OJ shit, you know. Like, come on. There's Rachel Feinstein in the back. Thank you. Yeah, there's Bernie Sanders, who I don't know how he's going to get anything done, but he just looks like a crazy, crazy person. Like Hitler was making these moves. I mean, everybody loves Bernie, but if you're getting that out of control about student debt cancellation, and there's just so much shit going on. I mean, I understand, and it's wonderful to cancel student debt. It is wonderful, but you know, you're getting that out of control. You're getting that upset. We've got to cancel the wine. Just it's a little weird, right?
Yep.
Angela, you're saying what do you mean she's here this weekend? Are you saying Marina's in Phoenix this weekend?
Or Rachel.
Oh, Rachel. Oh, I see. And this is well, we can thank President Trump for this, as Nigeria's presidential election is being challenged after the winner was like, wait, what? And now they're challenging. Now all these other countries that nothing was happening. Now they're all challenging the elections thanks to Trump pulling it. He's messed the entire world up. It's really messed up. Look at the ballots. Of course, there's probably corruption and problems here, and they don't have actual voting booths or anything. I don't know. It's just on a piece of paper that looks like my football betting slip. And this was this was in South Korea, because I thought it was Japanese. Wouldn't you, Mike? Just with the headbands and everything.
Well, that's the Korean flag, so
until you see the Korean flag, right? So I thought so, but it's ironically it's South Korean Independence Day against Japanese colonial rule, but they look like they're dressed in Japanese style, and they also have ribbons, which of course you might know from the movie Gung Ho. Those are ribbons of shame. Nobody? All right, just me. Hey, nice ribbons. They are ribbons of shame. That's the guy from 16 Candles, and that's the greatest actor of our time, Michael Keaton.
That's Batman.
They are ribbons of shame. I've been using that line since 1985.
I've been saying shameful bronze since that was on The Simpsons.
What have you been saying? Shameful what?
Bronze.
Shameful bronze? What? Oh, because of the Olympics?
The Olympics are about medals of beautiful gold, so silver, and shameful bronze.
Oh, that's funny. I'm going to use that too. This is the 30th anniversary of Cellar Rouge, which was in Paris Fashion Week. And what it's celebrating is that legendary shoe, which I only discovered about 7 years ago, but apparently it's been around for 30 years, with that awesome, the sole that is red. I remember this girl at work was wearing. I'm like, geez, where'd you get that? I think they were Louis Vuittons. I mean, this is a Christian who first made it, but I think Louis Vuitton was making it, and that it was like it's like the hottest thing. I mean, it's sexy. I like it. I don't know why they don't make. Oh, I think now they make different colors, but that was the first thing I thought. I thought it was pretty. Oh, you wore that to work? Wait, a week late. Christian Lebon. Yeah, good anonymous. She knows her stuff. The founder was. You think it was underrated? I thought people liked it. I liked it a lot. I like that movie.
I think it could be considered underrated because not enough people say it's great.
Maybe I really enjoyed it a lot. Obviously, like Michael Keaton,
it is great. I think there's more people that should say it's great. I agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, the performance is good and the story is good, so it's kind of cool the way they started going and everything. They started $600. Yeah, and you can't walk in them. Well,
and for an extra 10, you can get your favorite hockey team under them.
Exactly. So it was Fashion Week in Milan, and since we always show crazy stuff, I thought it would show like, look, they have normal outfits where you could actually see people wearing them. Not normal people, but these are more normal, right, Mike?
Yeah.
And it's like so I mean, at least these are ones I can see, but if you're going out and you have money, these are normal ones. This is my favorite one. This is so normal and hot. I love this one. That's like an outfit the Bionic Woman would have worn in 1977. It's back. I love that outfit, and it's completely normal. But of course, again, even though it's see, there's a normal. This is what you want to see in a fashion show. I mean, this is what it is supposed to be. All girls, the exact same size, the exact same weight, wearing just ridiculous stuff that most normal people can't wear, but at least it's, semi-normal. And then, of course, but then they got to go that extra length where I'm like, well, who's wearing that? Even though we have seen some of the Kardashians or even AOC wearing nonsense like this. So they can't help themselves. They want to wear the other ones. Meanwhile,
that's made out of Hulk Hogan's old boas.
This is what I would wear on my first comedy special. Right? Because you got to pick something cool. You got to pull the Eddie Murphy Delirious, and you got to wear something awesome. So this is exactly what I would wear. And maybe not the jacket, but just the I'd take off the jacket and put it on a hanger mic like in Raiders of the Lost Ark, that I would look like it was a stick I was going to beat someone, and then I fold it into a hanger.
Nice.
Remember that Nazi who did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that gag. Do you not find that funny?
I am laughing. I'm sorry, you just can't hear it.
Yeah, you didn't seem like you liked that. Are you? Because I thought for a second you were telling me that you wouldn't find that not to be the most hilarious thing that anybody's ever done in a comedy special. To walk out on stage and throw that thing and then fold it into a hanger and hang my coat up. Totally taken from the movie Raiders of the Lost Ark. And people would be like, oh, he's like what that Nazi did in Raiders of the Lost Ark. It gets even worse because that's the only way. I wonder if his face will melt at the end. But yeah, this is what I'm planning. Believe me, if I do a special, it's going to be something. It's going to be like right out of Stripes. Usually I wear, what is it? Chicks dig me because I rarely wear underwear. And when I do, it's usually something unusual. But now I know why I've lost girls to guys like you. It's not the uniform. It's the stories you tell. Lee Harvey, the story when you and your friends tried to make it with that cow. I want to party with this guy. I could probably go on. And Judy's like, I thought this was your special. Shut up. I didn't mean that. Do you know what this is? This guy's selling stuff. He's selling balloons and
cotton candy.
Cotton candy. Doesn't that look delicious? My friend Ashley, that reminds me of Catalina a lot because she was Spanish and pretty. I took her to the Devils game once, and I made her buy me a cotton candy because I was embarrassed to do it. That was the most delicious thing I had ever had. I'm like, would you just buy that for me, please? I'm embarrassed to raise my hand.
I would like some spun sugar, please.
Girls will line up to hit Dave on stage. That's funny. Well, yeah, I guess I could do a special that way. That's for sure. Well, Anonymous, this is for you. This is Aaron Judge in spring training. And as you can see, it makes a lot of sense that everybody's trying to either get an autograph or a picture or both. And here's what's happening over at Port St. Lucie. The Mets have one fan is shaking a hand of.
No, he's just borrowing $5 from the kid.
Yeah. It's even better. Right? Oh, shut up, Anonymous. Just mostly jealous. Oh, you're going to opening day? That's cool. Isn't it opening day against the Giants? Because wasn't that the thing that it was possible Aaron Judge was going to play for the Giants and it would have been so awkward? Or were they going to San Francisco? I can't remember. I guess we'll find out. So in Turkey, they were playing a soccer match and everybody threw toys onto the field for the kids that, for what's going on in Turkey with the double earthquake whammy. And this is so nice and cute and awesome. It's a little weird because it. I forgot, where did I put that picture? Damn it! I had the picture of that big woman falling on Reggie Jackson in Naked Gun. Damn it! I forgot that one. But throwing stuffed animals on the field is so much better than what they did when they got mad at the Cowboys for something. You see that beer coming? That's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that ends up hitting them. And they were going for the refs, and you can see they're pointing them out. But that's what they usually throw on the field. Enrico Palazzo. That's right, Anonymous. Oh, it is against the Giants. I thought so. Kind of crazy opening up on a West Coast National League team. MLB's got it a little different this year. Everybody plays everybody, just like the other things. I'm going to scream Enrico Palazzo opening day. Oh, that's brilliant. Please do that, Anonymous. Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo. Yeah. Oh, that's great. And I want to do it during the Star Spangled Banner because that'll make people so angry. It'll be like disrespectful, but if you don't get the comedy, then
Enrico Palazzo.
The what?
I would dress as Enrico Palazzo.
This is what they throw in Detroit at Red Wings games. Squid. I swear, right, Mike? Have you heard of that?
No.
Yeah, they throw squid on the ice. It's from a long time ago. It was supposed to represent going to the playoffs. You needed to win 8 games a long time ago, and they still do it. They'll throw squids on the ice, which, again, this is so much better. They got to come up with a better plan. I mean, I know they throw stuffed squids now sometimes, but sometimes they throw real ones, and is it PETA is trying to get them to throw fake ones because it is rather just rude to just throw a squid. And sometimes it's a fail. They can't throw it over the thing, and it hits people back in the face. And
I mean,
it's awful. Here's
and eat them
what?
After? Do they clean them off and eat them after, or what do they do?
I don't know what. I don't think they eat them, but they have to clean them off. Sometimes it takes a lot of time, especially if they're in the playoffs. You'll see they
great
buzzkill.
If they just play with a bunch of dead octopus on them.
Yeah, they always sweep them up. But so this is Al the Octopus, and he's the Red Wings. That's a Detroit Red Wings hockey team in the National Hockey League. He's their mascot. But there's a big argument going on because there's a brand new team in hockey called the Seattle Kraken.
Right.
And this is when they start, you can see their logo is an octopus. A kraken.
Well,
is an
kraken's supposed to be like a giant squid.
A giant squid.
Yeah. They're two different creatures.
This is their logo.
Kraken aren't real, and
right. But Detroit is angry because this is their mascot, and Seattle. I mean, the odds of two teams, if the Bears and the Cubs, you could be like, well, it's very similar, or the Lions and the Tigers. But when you're forming a team and your thing is the same as a squid, it's just what? How does this happen? Wally the service alligator. And so this is a kraken, though. I mean, the mythical kraken.
Yeah.
So the Krakens have it correct, and Detroit should go back to their old mascot. Oh, that's the Kraken mascot, and that doesn't look anything like this.
Exactly. They're not trying to ape their mascot. They're going different. They're making their whatever Sasquatch thing they have there for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. No, but this isn't different. But Detroit is mad at them. But meanwhile, Detroit,
they should have some kind of giant red bird. Yeah, exactly. That's what they should have.
That's what they did have, and as you can see, they kicked him out on Christmas Day, and they fired him. Look how dejected he is.
Yeah,
that was his last day of work that day. His name was Red Winger. It makes a heck of a lot of sense.
Don't change theirs to some kind of arthropod.
So it's fun. I mean, how can Detroit be mad at Seattle when their actual name is the Kraken, which is a mythical sea creature like squid, and the Detroit Red Wings had a mascot, and they decided to make it an octopus? What the fuck? Listen, Detroit sucks. I don't know if you saw this.
They can't be the only mollusk. All right, there's got to be others involved. They're a chambered nautilus. Would that make them okay?
I guess y'all saw this week, man. It's fucking, this weather is crazy. I know. Get Kraken. I mean, never thought you'd see this, snow like this. In LA. I mean, it's cold and rainy and snowy in Los Angeles. And I've always said, if we hate the weather here, just there's a place where it never rains and it never snows, and now there's nowhere. And if it's going to snow there, that's pretty much all there is. Of course, they're not going to get the kind of snow we get here, but we didn't get the kind of snow we get here. So who the hell knows? Mm-hmm. This was in Arizona, Angela. This looks like that rock that's in Back to the Future 3 or Close Encounters. Covered in snow, which you wouldn't expect in the desert. Oh, right. Y2 Kool-Aid was trapped in that snow 10 days ago outside L.A. in the blizzard. Wow, I can't believe there was an actual blizzard there. There was a real blizzard in L.A.?
Outside L.A.
Outside, right. Wow, that's crazy. And this is what was happening in Denmark and Sweden and the northern countries. I tell you, I don't have a bucket list, but this might be it, right? Mike, wouldn't this be the greatest?
Yeah, the Aurora Borealis.
Yeah. At this time of the year. And this time of the hemisphere. Steamed hams. I know you know what I know you know it. The Aurora Borealis. Outside your window. At this time of the year, at this side of the hemisphere. Anyway, look how beautiful that is. That's in Sweden.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I love that kind of stuff, and I would like to see that one day. Meanwhile, on the flip side of that, here are these idiot Russians that are doing some sort of pagan ritual of ending a festival where they're lighting shit on fire, which I told you not to do anymore because everything's catching on fire. Here's another thing in China where this is to, both of them are to ward off bad spirits. Well, by warding off your bad spirits, all these embers are going somewhere, and this was in China the other day where a building is catching fire. These two idiots are just watching it. That is not fireworks or prepared. That's an actual fire in Nakita. Shit.
Nakata City.
What's the Die Hard Tower?
Nagasaki.
No, it's
Nakatomi.
What?
Nakatomi
Plaza. That's what it looks like. When they blow up the top of Nakatomi Plaza. But yeah, it's all these stupid fires they're lighting when nobody. I mean, talk to Catalina with all the fires they got in Chile now. And old man screams at cloud. Shut up.
Literally, you were screaming at a cloud.
It's true.
Or about a cloud.
This is a church tower. I think it's in Mexico. That's surrounded that had lava around it 80 years ago. It had lava around it. It reminded me, of course, of the Weasley's house being burned. Looks exactly like it.
Oh, yeah.
The burrow when they in Harry Potter. They burned the poor Weasleys. Like they're already poor. You got to burn their house too. So horrible. Catalina, good question, Anonymous. I think she's out. She sent me a picture of her and a day of drinking. So obviously she has no respect for our show. So rude. In fact, this was for her. These are migrants. That's a Chilean soldier trying to help migrants cross what? Nothing. It's the easiest crossover in the history of crossovers. I don't know if that's the border of Chile and Peru or whatever, but I don't know why you need help crossing that. If you need help crossing that, what?
She is carrying like 3 kids.
Yeah, but yeah, and I get it, but I'm saying like, is that the border?
She's like, I'll be on American Idol.
See, you know what I'm talking about. You have a Chilean slide, and there's no Catalina. I know. I'm with you. This is my favorite picture of the week. That is an actual fox in London, clearly waiting to fuck this guy up because he must have done something to dick him over, and he's like waiting. Foxes are so goddamn cute. I didn't know they just walk around.
Take a little boy to Pleasure Island.
The what?
He's waiting to take a little boy to Pleasure Island.
Oh,
you can't see his cat friend.
I know, poor little fox. It's like, I didn't know foxes just walk around aimlessly in London. Did you?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and but he's hiding like as if he was this guy from the Walt Disney movie. They're waiting for the king to come by. They're gonna loot him. That's what this fox is doing. Oh, he's up to something. He's up to something. You know what you need for him is these guys. Everybody knows that. You know those dogs, keep them in line. Scruffy Bone says foxes are in my garden eating eggs tonight. Wow. But foxes are so cute, but I guess they're a little dangerous. You couldn't like go up to this. I mean, do they bite? I don't know anything about them.
They are wild animals. I mean,
Like, why aren't they domestic?
Squirrels will bite you. So
Why aren't they domestic? Look how cute they are.
some people do domesticate them, like like raccoons or foxes. But that one is probably tired and hungry, so you might want to leave that one alone.
Right, right.
But get it somewhere safe.
She has a service fox. Good one, Anonymous. That's pretty funny. That's very funny. Well done.
And I have a service octopus.
So this is James Hong. We all know him. You probably didn't know you know him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in Everything Everywhere All at Once. When I saw it, I couldn't believe he was in it and that he is still alive.
Yeah.
He's been in so much shit. And, we've known him for, Big Trouble in Little China mostly and stuff like that. But he's just been supporting character for so many years. It's pretty cool. And look, I mean, he was in the old Charlie Chan movies as number one son.
Oh, wow.
Number one son. I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
He was number one son in Charlie Chan. He's old. These are before my time, and I'm old.
Yeah. He really is a little band, isn't he?
Isn't that unbelievable?
Yeah.
And here he is in I Dream of Jeannie. It's so cool. Liz, I don't know what you're talking about. Did you know he was this guy?
I didn't know he was in that. No, he was the Seinfeld table for.
No. I know. I'm getting that.
Oh, okay.
But did you know he was this guy in Airplane?
No, I didn't.
Me neither. Isn't that unbelievable? He's the kamikaze guy, the pilot. He's telling his story to. I mean, that's such a small part, but he's in a classic movie. I had no idea that was him.
Me neither.
But I was just kidding. I knew what.
Oh, gotcha.
He is the waiter at the Chinese restaurant in Seinfeld. He's the waiter at the Chinese restaurant in The Big Bang Theory. This is just recently. I mean, it's amazing. When I saw him in the thing, I'm like, oh my God, it's that guy. That's what you say to that guy. Here he is in fucking Chinatown. I mean, the movie. He's working with Jack Nicholson. That's impressive, no?
Yeah, I had no idea he was in that either.
I know. And here he is in the sequel, The Two Jakes, just hanging out with, because Jack was probably like, and make sure you get James Hung. I want to make sure we get it good. He's a great guy, and I think he knows where to find the greatest Chinese food. The Two Jakes is a very bad movie, but it's the sequel to Chinatown, and they had him come in. Look how young he looks here.
Yeah.
About both of them, though. He was about 20 or 30 years later, probably just 20. And here he is. I can't believe, also a Chinese waiter. I remember this episode so much. I don't know why. Hey, Liz, you know the one from Big Bang Theory, 4 dumplings for 3 unsolvable problem. Oh my God. Do you know it too? So this one, oh my God. I remember this so well. It was like the only time Archie Bunker was nice. Like, that's why I guess I remember it. And he was taking Edith out where they used to go to this Chinese restaurant every year, like 20 years ago. And they used to order some dish that Archie was making fun or whatever. And it turned out they were talking about it earlier on. And then they went to the restaurant and it turned out it was the same waiter from 20 years ago. Because he was, and I'll never forget that episode. Had no idea it was this guy. And it was such, I don't know, it just stuck with me for the last 50 years. And the thing is that when he was the waiter, when they went back, he bought the place. So, Archie hates that. But God damn, that's I remember that one. I wish I could remember some of the lines. He was always asking for the fortune cookie because he wanted to know how much the price was or something like that of the meal. I don't know. It's all these bits. Oh, Angela, you heard Fat Guy with Fries. I'm telling you, Angela, that's how I made my bones in the business. More on that in a second. Well, this is the last picture. I just took a picture. Liz, this is in Canada. I didn't know they have beautiful polar bears there. That's when the big polar bears went, let me tell you something about chicks. They're going to give you a lot of headaches in your life. He's giving them the talk. God, polar bears are so beautiful and so deadly. And like you just want to go and hug it. I used to have a picture of a polar bear on my wall when I was growing up because they are just so cool looking, right?
Yeah.
But they're badass.
100%.
Yeah, that's our pictures for today. Oh, there it is. Thank you. You got it. You couldn't make that movie today. People would be so angry, but oh man, when that came out and people just knew what funny was funny, that was the best. She fell out of the bleachers because she got hit by the what she get hit by, a gun or a dart?
Dart, right?
Yeah, I think it was a dart. Yeah. Oh my God, that was funny. Yeah. So this week, Mike, I found a song. I used to do this I used to do a parody of an NXS song when I was just starting out as a comic, and I'd, have somebody play the tape and then I'd sing a song. It was before I realized that everybody was an idiot at the comedy clubs and I better just not use any audio visual materials because I can't trust it.
Uh-huh.
So I used to bring 2 cassettes with me, that one to play the NXS song and sing a fat guy with fries to the devil inside. Look at the fat guy eating all of those fries, 3/4 pounders and a hot apple pie. Because it was supposed to that Michael Hutchins make anything sound sexy. But I found the tape and I played it this week.
Scruffy sent us this.
Joseph Rivers, that looks at it. I don't get it.
Geologist finds for it's a rock that looks like Cookie
not
Monster.
real.
It is.
No. Wait, if that's real,
those aren't googly eyes. That's just the way the chambers are in the rock.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that is unbelievable then. I thought for sure it was made up.
No, I thought they were googly eyes, and then I looked at it and like, oh, those are just the way it.
Well, thank you for sending. Always send stuff if you got it. Anyway, it's just funny. I was talking about how, I used to have these things, and I used to, when you think about your early sets, Mike, and how you could never possibly, the things that used to kill, the reason why I'm, people always say, why are you, how are you friends with Attell or Chappelle and Jeff and all these people? It's like I used to have an okay act. I had a couple things that just used to kill.
Mm-hmm.
And which, I don't have that anymore, but there is I must have done something right once for them to be friends with me, even though I'm not a great comic,
Yeah, that's interesting.
But this was one of those bits, that I think they respected, but they would never do it themselves because it was a little hacky. But I used to do imitations, so I like to do Michael Hutchins from NXS. Now he's dead.
Yeah,
he died early on, so I had to scrap that bit.
Did you see this? I put that thing on it, but did you see that giant? People thought it was a giant rat.
It's not?
No, it's a muskrat.
What's a muskrat?
It's another type of animal.
Well, I know, but like, where is that located?
This is in New York.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a difference between. Oh, God, is that creepy?
Yeah.
I've never seen a muskrat in New York. Now they have muskrats and rats and mice.
Apparently they come up from the river sometimes. Like down there, they're usually like more up north, but they'll end up there sometimes. So
look, and my Aunt Judy says I was a great comic. Well, she was at the performance of my, the greatest performance I ever had, the TV taping. Aunt Judy, you were there. In fact, Aunt Judy was there, and I was setting up this bit, and no one was laughing because you weren't supposed to. But Aunt Judy, you can hear Aunt Judy laughing because it was nervous laughing. She's like, I better start something going. And I'm like, no, it's okay. I'm setting it up. But you can hear, she was doing it as a favor to me, and I appreciate it forever. And I got to get out that tape. It's you got to see this bit. It's one of the greatest bits ever done on television, and it never worked twice. It was like what they say about John Belushi playing Captain Kirk on Star Trek. It only worked that one night on Saturday Night Live, and the live and it never worked again. He couldn't do it before, and he never did it since. It's like that. They used to have a couple of, and that's the one thing I was talking about is that I used to have this one bit. I don't remember who I was just telling recently that of this, this guy from a TV show from My Three Sons that just used to destroy. And to try and describe it to anybody today, it's only the people that were there that can understand, like Attell or Sarah, that saw it happen. That can, like that's why Jon Stewart always messes with me and says, "You still doing the Ernie Douglas bit?" And I'm like, "Shut up," because they were there. Because you could never explain why it used to kill, and it used to kill in high school. Like like it was like the Bart Simpson thing. Like I didn't do it, and people would just go crazy. It's like I was thinking, if there'd be no way to explain it. If you did a biography of my life, it would still come out. You'd still be watching it, not understanding. Wait, this used to kill. I don't understand. There'll never be a way to explain it, and I'm trying. And I guess the day that I figure out how to explain it properly, like writing it down or talking about it, then I'll go to this next level of greatness in podcasting or something. So
yeah.
Mike is going to be in at Side Splitters.
Yes.
At Side Splitters this weekend in Tampa, Cammie. I don't know if you're here with us today, but Mike will be in Tampa this weekend, opening for the great Bobby Kelly, and he will be there all weekend, which is why actually, that makes no sense why you're in Texas. But whatever the case may be, he is in the South, so he will be in Tampa. If any of you are in the Tampa Bay area, please come see our friend Mike perform. I will be nowhere as usual. Until I get things together, because I'm very confused. Oh, a week late lives in Tampa. Well, that's perfect. A week late. You got to go see our friend. Oh, great. You are going to be there. Oh, terrific. Oh, that's awesome, Mike.
Woo.
Some people coming. You can see Mike's really excited. Well, I think it's cool that you get to do a weekend show. That's nice. And yeah, so I don't think I have anything until next week, which is great. I think I'm going down the shore, Saturday, maybe for dinner. So hopefully I have some pictures for the podcast. Remember, Juskow in the city. You can hear Fat Guy with Fries if you listen this week. Also, there was also something else this week that I wanted to talk about. I don't remember what it was. Something that happened this week. Oh, that's right, with the girl at class. That's a classic story. And thanks to you guys, I don't know whether I told you, but I was telling thanks to you guys for one of my students finally, was like, can you give me a lift? Like it actually happened. Like I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm like thinking of Angela and Anonymous, and they're like, don't let her get in that car. What do you mean? Don't forget my sister? Because she has a show? Because she's doing Peter Pan? Oh, her birthday. That's on March 15th. Is that next week? That's next week. We got time. Yeah, wait. Yeah, next week we'll wish her a happy birthday if we care. Yeah, we got the Don't Stand So Close to Me playing in the background. So it was a classic moment. Anyway, next week we'll be back right here virtually, and we'll go through our Oscar picks, see how we did. Mm-hmm. And on Billy Joel A to Z, we had the Liberty DeVito thing this week. Yeah, the second part, Liberty DeVito this week. It's one of the best interviews we've ever done on that show, because it is the best interview, because I'm not saying anything of the comics that we love and all that kind of stuff, but this is the closest we'll ever get to Billy Joel, is the guy who was sitting next to him for the past 30 years. So it's kind of cool. So I saw Jay Moore and Side Splitters. Is he still good? I mean, I've known him for a really, really long time. Yeah, Anonymous, right? The guy who just wants to, I don't know why he took the Clueless class. He only wants to talk about Star Wars. It's really strange. I've always liked Jay Moore too. I'm just wondering if his comedy's still pretty. He's always been an excellent comic, actually. So anyway, that is the story for today. Mike, is there anything else you want to say besides Side Splitters?
No, that's it for if you listen to the Retrospective Promenade, if you want to hear more of me. and
I
two other
always
people.
forget about that one. What's the movie this week?
I already forgot. I'm sorry, on the spot. I don't forget the one that came out. I have to watch Marie Antoinette. I can't remember which
The
one's
one with
coming out this
Kirsten
week, though.
Dunst?
Yeah.
That's not very good. I just saw Interstellar last night. I don't know whether I told you guys, but my next course, I think I mentioned it. Thank you, Angela. I thought the flannel assignment was a good idea. My next course, I don't know whether I told you guys, is time travel next semester. Back to the
Nice.
Future. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, thank you, Y2 Kool-Aid.
The last two were Point Break and then Double Trouble from 1994 with the Logan bodybuilding twins.
Oh, I thought, what was I thinking of? New York Minute with the Olsen twins. That's what I was no, Anonymous, I don't think you can take it online. Oh, I did mention it, time travel, Marcy. Anyway, that is the plan, time travel course. Same thing, just 1 credit this time. And then in the spring semester, I think I'm going to go for the big 3 credits. I think I'll be ready to actually be a college professor. Can you believe that? It's the funniest thing of all time. Oh, really? That's comedy. All right, I'll leave you on that. I don't know. Maybe I got to do a Zoom class. That's not a bad idea. I got to work it all out. Maybe I'll go through. I have some friends at NYU. I'll talk to them, see what we can put together, right? But right now, it's all Montclair State. So if you have any kids that go there, tell them to take the show, the class. So Anne's going to report you. Oh, yeah. Well, oh, boy. Classic. Good. I got all the stories. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Thanks so much for joining us again. And we'll see you next week. Don't forget, the clocks change. You guys don't care. I'm telling anybody, maybe, I don't know, Liz, if in Canada, if you change your clocks, or anybody that, I know in Phoenix you don't, maybe. So Angela, just letting you know, our clocks are changing. So it could, I don't know what time it is in your place, but just be aware, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or would that be daylight savings time? Hard to say, but New York, 6 o'clock time next week. Join us then. So, Mike, I'll see you next week.
Bye.
All right.